Booyaka shot. Booyaka shot. Booyaka shot. Cheer. Stop. Mock. Draft room open nonstop. Oh, no. That's how mock drafting goes. Stop. Mock. Draft room open nonstop. Oh, no. That's how mock drafting goes. Yo, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. In this episode, we will be conducting a 12-team mock draft for points leagues. We believe every NBA fan should support fantasy basketball content. So if you're watching this right now, you are watching the live, uncut version of this episode. It will be shared freely and openly in the next week. But if you're watching live and you want to see this immediately, make sure you grab the URL wherever you're watching this, because it's going to be available for you only if you can grab that URL. If not, it's going to be unlisted and it won't be available to the public for another week. But the actual edited version of the show is going to be available tomorrow at 12 p.m., which is every Monday. Usually we do that. So super excited to be here, man. I am hyped as I ever been. Big shout out to my man Tan in the building. What up, Tan? You already know, my guy. So we about to jump off this mock draft, and as you can see, if you caught the intro, we are feeling like we on some real rough rider type stuff. Rest in peace, DMX. Excuse me. And you know we out here just cooking up. I would say quickly before we start, I always like to give a shout out to the folks who are mock drafting with us tonight. So big shout out to my man Believe Dill, my man, and that's BLEAV. So big shout out Believe Dill. We got Pokes Perfect Team, Angelo. We got B-Ball Dad, my guy, B-Ball Dad in the building. Arya, of course, a regular here. My man David. I don't know if that's David Vega. I hope it's David Vega. If not, it's still all good. My man Ray in the building, Reed in the building, Itty Bitty Ballers in the building, Nicholas Nitty in the building, and then, of course, my man Corey and the top-notch team. We're about 3 minutes from the mock draft popping off. I think I want to do the intro one more time just in case y'all didn't catch it. So I'm about to just go back in. Here we go. Stop. Mock. Draft room open nonstop. Oh, no. That's how mock drafting goes. Stop. Mock. Draft room open nonstop. Oh, no. That's how mock drafting goes. I'm sorry. I had to do it again. I had to. Oh, my goodness. We are live in the building. We got about 2 minutes left before the mock draft pops off. Again, if you are watching this right now, if you can hear the sound of my voice, you are watching the live uncut version of this episode. Super excited. We just keeping it real. Just a couple of fantasy basketball sickos spending time together. So I'm hyped to be here with you, and we're going to keep it cooking like that. Let's check out the air horn. Sounds good. How's that sound on y'all end? Oh my God, we testing. Test. Mike. Man, listen, don't let me get that. Start busting off that air horn. All right, let's get into this. So as you know, we're really about providing as much value as possible. If in fact I can actually edit this video fast enough, if I can get everything edited and loaded up by 11:30, we might run this bad boy back. So if you didn't get into the mock draft for the first one, it's okay. We might run another one. About a minute in, let me get a sip of my Dresden Drang. Buc-ee's, it's just a clear liquid, nothing crazy. I'm not out here. Come on, guys. Keep it clean. And no, I don't have a deal with Buc-ee's. I just like the cup. It's well insulated. It works well for what I'm trying to do with my life and with my show. So that's what we do. Speaking of shows, big shout out Maddie G and my man D-Mac. They are on fire right now. If you didn't check out their last episode, it's doing really, really well. A lot of people are receiving it, and we're excited about it. And they're doing another one really soon, and I'm just pumped to see them. They're on camera chemistry together is just really dope. Two Australian blokes just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? It's mad dope, yo. So I'm super excited that they're gonna be back. My man B-Ball Dad in the building. You already know. You already know, my guy. We about to, it's 10 seconds going. Let me lock in. Let me get my technical stuff going. We going right into the draft. So in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's check it out. Come on now. Come on now. Let me get into this. Boom, boom, boom. And there we go. Perfect. Loading. Oh yeah. This is beautiful. Okay, so we got a few auto drafters here. I imagine those will clean up. Our last draft, we didn't have one person auto draft. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my fantasy basketball career. Like literally every single minute of the mock draft, we had someone drafted. And look, again, there's not an auto draft to be found. So whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Twitter, this is beautiful. If you are a fantasy basketball sicko like us, like to see everybody in the room, it's super, super encouraging. I'm just hyped. So we're going to talk shop in a minute in terms of some data from the players that are drafted. We're also going to talk about a contest that we're running. We're also going to talk about our MVP membership, if you don't know about that. And then also we're going to give you some more general updates on what's happening with the channel. So once the actual draft starts, we'll go full on into episode mode. Again, if you're watching this, you are watching the live uncut version of this show. Again, this will be edited and cut, and we're going to get right into the value in about 10 seconds. So here we are in the draft room. First pick is coming up. I am not a psychic, but I guarantee you it will be Nikola Jokic. Here we go. First pick is my man Believe Dill. That is an amazing name, I would say. And he picks, of course, Nikola Jokic. Then we have Victor Wembanyama off the board. We've been seeing these guys go 1-2 all mock draft season, so that is not a surprise. Then we have SGA at 3. We've seen SGA go as high as 2, and some have even taken him at 1, but this is about right. Then this is a points league mock draft, guys. This is a points league mock draft. We have Luka Doncic off the board at 4. And then with the 5th pick, we got the Greek freak himself, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis was a killer in points leagues last year. He finished at number 2 according to hashtag basketball, and he averaged 30.4 points per game, 11.9 total rebounds, 6.5 assists, 0.9 steals, 1.2 blocks. He was an absolute beast for points league. So it's okay if you want to take Giannis higher than that. At 5, we got at 6, we have Anthony Davis. And then at 7, we have Domantas Sabonis. I'm coming up soon with my picks, so let me lock in. So right here, I imagine that Cade Cunningham will be gone off the board. If Cade is not gone, I'm taking Cade Cunningham here. I am all in, chips in the middle of the table for Cade Cunningham. But he looks as if he just went off the board. So now the next player I will be looking at would likely be Karl Anthony Towns, Trae Young, or James Harden. Karl Anthony Towns, Trae Young, or James Harden. I think that's kind of where I'm comfortable with that. I think comfortable. And then because my pick, I'm on the clock, and it looks like Karl Anthony Towns, Trae Young, and James Harden are all available. I can likely get one of these guys on the turn. The most desirable, I believe, the most desirable one right now is Trae Young. But I could be wrong. I'm going to draft Trae here, and I'm going to hope that I can get Karl Anthony Towns. I don't know if he'll be available, but if Karl Anthony Towns or James Harden are available on the turn, those are the players that I'll be looking at. While I wait, I'm going to quickly go back and do the recap. After Domantas Sabonis, we had Anthony Edwards at the 1-8. At the 1-9, we got Cade Cunningham. At the 1-10, Tyrese Maxey. At the 1-11, I grabbed Trae Young. I am excited to see what Trae Young does this year. They are completely retooled. They are completely retooled, and there's a lot of optimism here in the Atlanta area. If you're new to the show, oh, I'm up again. So it looks like I lost Karl Anthony Towns, but I still have James Harden. So I'm going to just secure a solid backcourt here. I'm completely comfortable with this. I'm going to draft James Harden. Back to Trae Young. So here in the Atlanta area, there's a lot of optimism surrounding Trae Young and the retooled Atlanta Hawks. We have Jalen Johnson. We have, we have Kristaps Porzingis coming to town. It's just so many new, exciting, factors into play here. And one thing that's worth noting that Trae Young, even without having a retooled roster, he finished in points leagues last year at 14, averaging 24.2 points per game, 3.1 rebounds, 11.6 assists. The assists are what I really love about Trae Young. And the thing that's also worth noting is that Trae Young, he's like an all-star level talent. You know what I'm saying? However, the only concern I have around him is the fact that they haven't secured his deal yet, right? So there are a lot of question marks around Trae Young. Are they committed to him? And I think he's in the last year of his contract. If you're in the chat, you can let me know if you can pull that up. But that's the only question mark I have around him. Are they going to ship him out of town? And if so, what does his value look like? But just face value right here, I'm completely fine with grabbing him at the end of the first round. Let's get back to the recap. So after I grabbed Trae Young at the 1-9, we had Cade Cunningham. 110, Tyrese Maxey. I grabbed Trae Young at the 111, and then at the bottom of the first, we had Karl Anthony Towns. Top of the second, we got Devin Booker, James Harden, LeBron James, LeBron, father of time James, I should say, Paolo Banchero, KD at the 2-5. At the 2-6, we got Jalen Williams. At the 2-7, we have Jalen Brunson. Now, Jalen Brunson, his ADP is a little higher than that. I don't know why people are so crazy about him, but I think back of the second round is okay for him. Then we have Steph Curry going at the 2-8, Donovan Mitchell at the 2-9, De'Aaron Fox at the 2-10. Pay attention to De'Aaron Fox because I heard he was banged up, so we want to pay attention. And then we have Franz Wagner at the 2-11. I don't think I've seen Franz Wagner go that early. So that is a very interesting signal. Very interesting signal. I like it. I don't know if I would have done it, but I like it. Jalen Johnson is a player whose ADP does not reflect this kind of value. He goes here at the 2-12. This is a great spot to grab him. Some even recommend grabbing him in the earlier part of the second round. I'm cool with getting him at the back end of the second or the top of the third. Top of the third, we got Evan Mobley. Right now, Evan Mobley is on social media trending because he's on vacation with his boys and he's been working out. So he got kind of buff or whatever it is. And the internet is going wild that he's going to destroy the league, all of this. This is, whether he worked out or not, Evan Mobley is still going to beast out. So I think at the 3-1 is tons of value for him. 3-2, we got LaMelo Ball. People are not as high on LaMelo as they once were. He is falling into the third round. I think he could be a second-round player if he's healthy. He could probably be a first-round player. I don't believe he will stay healthy. Knock on wood, I never would wish an injury on the man, but he don't play. He don't play. At the 3-3, we got your men's in them, Ja, with the blicky on the live stream in the club, Morant. At the 3-3. Then we got Pascal Siakam at the 3-4. Alperen, the Goon, Şengün at the 3-5. Okay. Then we got Amen, Pray to Heaven, Thompson at the 3-8. And then we got your man, King Cooper Flag at the 3-7. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, some people are taking him in the second round. I think back end of the third round is okay. Let me lock in though, because my picks are coming up. Let me lock in. So over here in this area, I'm fine with grabbing Bam Adebayo. Definitely interested in Tyler Hero. would be open to Jaylen Brown with the second pick that I have. Not looking at Joel or Kawhi right here. If they came back later, maybe I roll my dice on that. But I'm looking at right now Bam Adebayo or Tyler Hero. I've not been high on Tyler Hero in my life, but it's clear as day. So I don't want both of them. I want one of them. But I'm gonna probably choose Bam here. I'm gonna go with Bam. I'm gonna go with Bam. I have concerns about Bam. We wrote an article about him recently. Yeah, I have some concerns about him, but I'm fine with taking him. And honestly, I don't think I've drafted him this draft season yet. The players that I would have liked to have are people like Chet Holmgren, people like Alperen Şengün, but at this point of the draft, they just didn't fall. So I'm gonna grab the teammates, man. I don't like to double up like that, but man, we just gonna live in the moment. We're gonna get us some hero. We're gonna get us some hero. Stacking in fantasy basketball is really not a thing. Some people do it. It's really not a thing. We actually try to avoid it. If you're new to fantasy, you want to have players from different teams. But if you do stack, don't go more than 3. Like unless you're I've seen people draft the entire Cavs, like Jared Allen, Mobley, Donovan Mitchell. They got the whole Cavs starting 5. Like, don't do that. But like getting 2 of them, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let's get back to that recap. After King Cooper flag, we got Scotty, 2 Hottie, Barnes at the 3-8, Chet Holmgren at the 3-9, Zubats at the 3-10, Bam Adebayo at the 3-11, and then we got your man's in him, Kawhi, busted thigh, Leonard at the 3-12. At the 4-1, we got Jaylen Brown. I think that's tons of value. I would have, I think he's going to have a great year with Jason Tatum out. The only concern that I have around him and many of the other Boston Celtics players are they really going to be playing for something, right? They might be resting guys. There's no telling what's going to happen. After Jaylen Brown at the 4-1, we got Tyler Hero at the 4-2, Derek White at the 4-3. At the 4-4. At the 4-4, we got your man, Josh, the Giddler, Giddy, at the 4-4. Oh, baby. We got Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 4-5. At the 4-6, we got Nikola Vucevic. That is value. Jeez Louise. I mean, people have concerns about him getting traded. But like my man Matty G said, they've been saying they're going to trade him since he got there. Like, what are we talking about? He finished in points leagues at 38 last season. Vucevic averaged 18.5 points a game, 10 rebounds a game. Come on, man. Like, what, where they do that at? Like, I don't give a shit, suit puppy. If he drops that far, I'm grabbing him. Great pick. After Nikola Vucevic, we have Zion. How the mighty have fallen, Williamson at the 4-7. Then we got your man, Joel Embiid at the 4-8. We've spoken about this with Joel Embiid, with players like Kyrie Irving, with players like Paul George. All of these guys who are injury risks, and it's just questionable work. If you draft Joel Embiid and you take that risk, make sure you are not pairing him with another player that is an injury risk. Just be really mindful of how you are building your roster. And speaking of building a roster, we are building a roster of champions here at Believe in Fantasy Basketball. We've recruited the brightest minds in the fantasy industry to join our team, and we want to make sure that you have full access to them. So what we want to do is invite you to become an MVP member of our community. All you have to do is visit BelieveInFantasy.com and select the level of support that is comfortable. What you'll get access to is our MVP Discord channel. All of our analysts are in there. My man Matty G, D-Mac, my man John Fritz. We got Pat Mamba in there. We got Antec in there. You know what I'm saying? We just got Bilal on the team. We got my man Gump from Fantasy Pros, right? Fantasy Pros, my man Gump is in the building as well. So we got a ton of analysts in this chat. It's a very small, tight circle group. Another thing we're doing for the first time ever, we are actually giving a free, my apologies, not a free. We are giving away a private podcast weekly once the season starts. What does that look like? You guys will share your questions in the chat directly to me, whatever it is, and I'll actually do a live podcast recording that you're invited to, and then I would release it just to the members of the MVP. Maybe after a week or two, we might share it with the public. We haven't decided, but just know that we are trying to go above and beyond so you can secure your championship. If you're interested in becoming a MVP member, please visit BelieveInFantasy.com. Now back to the recap. All right, so I got a bunch of players off the board because I was yapping over there. After Joel Embiid at the 4-8, we have Zach, watch your back, Levine at the 4-9, Miles Bridges at the 4-10, at the 4-11, Dyson, the Merchant of Theft, Daniels, a.k.a. the Burglar, at the 4-11. At the 4-12, Brandon Ingram. Very interested to see what Brandon Ingram does this season. Very interested. I'm going to go ahead and get back to the player pool to see who will be available for me. So, looking at, this part of the draft, I'm like, I don't know, man. But I know I have some interest in Brandon Miller for sure. I feel like this can be a big year for him. At this point of the draft, I'm okay with Rudy Gobert. Like, I don't have, what else am I going to do? Brandon Miller is interesting here. Mikal Bridges is interesting here to me as well. Julius Randle is always a favorite of mine for points leagues. I don't really have much interest in RJ Barrett this season. I have more concerns around RJ Barrett than anything. So I'm going to safely grab my man Brandon Miller. I feel completely comfortable with that. And let me start queuing up the next player that I'm interested in. Oh, I haven't grabbed Jalen Duren yet. I think that might be it. I think I'm going to go Jalen Duren. If Jalen Duren is available, I think I'm going to go Jalen Duren. I'm fine with that. That makes me happy because he is a freaking double machine. Oh, baby. If he is available, that's what I'm shooting for. And I think also at this stage of his career, he can only get better, man. And that's the thing that people forget. Like, your man is mad young. He's a young guy. He averaged 11.8 points per game, 10 pounds per game. Double machine. I'm drafting Jalen Duren. Love that pick. I'll take it all day, every day, and tomorrow, and the day after that, probably. All right, so let's get back to this recap quickly. After Brandon Ingram, we had Desmond, Bring the Pain Bane at the 5-1. At the 5-2, we got Kobe White. At the 5-3, we got your mans in him, DeMar. Not like us, DeRozan. He's a fan. I'm a sitting no, run for your life. Oh gosh. After DeMar DeRozan at the 5-3, we got Jarrett Allen at the 5. Oh, my apologies. No, at the 5-4, we have Jarrett Allen. At the 5-5, we got your mans in him, Jimmy, $100 cup of coffee, Butler the third. At the 5-6, we got Austin Reeves. At the 5-7, DeJounte Murray. I have concerns about DeJounte Murray. Don't know. I'm about to make one of my don't draft lists. Please do not draft these guys. And he is getting close to getting featured. Jakob Poeltl at the 5-8, Jamal Murray at the 5-9. Love that pick. At the 5-10, Darius Garland. At the 5-11, Brandon Miller. At the 5-12, Trey Murphy III. At the 6-1, Jalen Green. At the 6-2, Jalen Duren. At the 6-3, Miles Turner. At the 6-4, Mikal Bridges. At the 6-5, Josh Hart. And then we got your mans in him at the 6-6. Denny Avdia. Started from the bottom. Now we here. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. At the 6'7", we got Rudy Gobert. At the 6'8", Kristaps Porzingis. Question marks. I like this team now. Arya, you know you my guy. I'm not picking on you. This is why we do this though. Let's take a look at this. Arya got Giannis. Yes. Steph Curry. Yes. Alperen Nagun Şengün. Yes. Joel Embiid. Injury risk. Jimmy Butler III. Injury risk. Kristaps Porzingis. Injury risk. Do not do this to yourself, guys. It's not worth the headache. The names sound great, but the bottom line is they don't play. They just don't play. At the 6'9", we got Michael Porter Jr. At the 6'10", we got Julius Randle. At the 6'11", John Collins. At the bottom of the 6, you got your mans in them, OG and Anunoby. I love OG there. Man, that's good. Man, that's good. And then we got my man Believe Dill up. Love it. Man, we got a bunch of Believe names up in here. Yo, you know what, man? We got the whole fam up in here. What we going to do? What we going to do? Mark Williams. Okay, we got a Mark Williams sighting. I ain't mad at that. Hey, let's do it. Mark Williams, let's do it. And then we got my man Jordan, leave the kids at the pool with the baddies. And at the 7'3", we got your man, Walker, the stalker, Kessler. And then at the 7'4", B-Ball Dad is going to make a professional selection. And it's coming up in 7, 6. Lori Marketing. Okay. Oh, hey, listen. Lori is another one I'm staying away from if I have injured players. Like, I think it's okay with his roster. B-Ball Dad, I'm not mad at that at all. I am not mad at that at all. So let me go ahead and queue up some players. I'm in the 7th round here. I'm feeling frisky. I'm feeling like I want to try some stuff out. So I'm okay with Freddie here. I'm okay with Norman Powell here. I have concerns about Cam Thomas because Cam Thomas is not on a team right now. Like he's a free agent, it says here. And I read something popped up on my timeline about Brooklyn not wanting to secure him. Quickly, I have some interest in Quickly. I feel like there are a lot of mouths to feed in Toronto, so I'm going to be careful there. I don't think I'm going to queue him up. Hartenstein, I will queue up. Oh, no, that's Schroeder. Hartenstein, I will queue up. Looks like somebody just took my my Freddie Van Vliet. Bradley Beal, whatever. Jalen Suggs, okay. I'm okay with these guys. These are all guys I'd be open to grabbing. And when the draft is happening and you're trying to queue people up, it just gets so freaking messy. You're doing a live stream. It's like, I'm a professional though. I do this. I do this for a living. Well, not my full-time job, just my part-time passion project job. Okay, 20 seconds on the clock. I'm looking at Norman Powell here. I already got 2 Heat players, so I'll probably pass on that. Hartenstein, I love Hartenstein. Might be early for him, but I think I'll do that to avoid a panic pick. I think I'll just take him there. Yeah, Norman Powell, I got too many Heat players. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. Peyton Pritchard might be too early for him, but I like him a lot, a whole lot. I feel like I got somebody here at this point. There might be somebody that I can do a realistic reach for at this stage of the draft. Somebody that I will not get if I keep sleeping, but I'm not gonna do it. So damn, Norman Powell just look at me in my eye. He like, come on, Robbin. Well, why don't you just pick me, man? I know you got Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo, but what's a mock draft? Just take me. I'll take you out to dinner. Sorry, I'm drafting Bradley Beal. Take that. Not taking you out to dinner. Dropping you off at the fire station. Deserting you. Sorry, Norman. Tons of value there. Tons of value there. I feel really bad that I did not draft Norman Powell there. But I had to do what I had to do. I had to do what I had to do. Let's get back to the recap. After Laurie Marketing, we had Anthony Simons, Benedict Mathurin. That's early for Ben Math. That's mad early for Ben Math. I don't know about that one. 7-7, we got DeAndre Ayton. Love it. Fred VanVleet at the 7-8. At the 7-9, Emmanuel Pickley. Emmanuel Pickley. I meant to say Emmanuel quickly.
Okay.
At the 7-10, Mr. I Don't Have a Team, Cam Thomas. Isaiah Hartenstein at the 7-11. And then at the bottom of the 7th, Malik Monk. I don't have any interest in Malik Monk. I think lots of his value had to do with people being banged up and just getting opportunity. They got more mouths to feed there this season. I'm out. RJ Barrett at the 8-1. Again, another scenario where I think there are too many mouths to feed. 8-2 for Bradley Beal. You could say the same thing in Los Angeles with Kawhi there, as well as James Harden. But I believe 8th round value is a great target for him. I think he can outperform that. So I'm interested to see what happens there. At the 8-3, we got CJ McCollum, just too old. And listen, I'm older than every player in the NBA, y'all. Don't get it twisted. I'm gonna keep it funky with you. I'm older than everybody in the NBA, but I'm talking basketball years. Huh? Let that sink in. CJ too old, and he's deteriorating. I'm done. I don't want it. I don't want it. Norman Powell goes at the 8-4. I'm jealous. At the 8-5, Cameron Johnson. 8-6, Kyrie Irving. Let's go. They are drafting my man Kyrie Irving earlier and earlier and earlier and earlier. I love it. Onyeka Okongwu at the 8-7, and now the rookies are going off the board. We got Ace freaking Bailey at the 8-8. Let's go. At the 8-9, we got D'Angelo Russell. At the 8-10, we got Paul George. Keep telling y'all, man, don't draft this dude. Listen to his podcast. Do not listen to people who are saying to draft him. It is going to be a headache. I promise you. Do not do this. Do not do this in a mock draft. Do not do this in a dynasty draft. Do not do this in a redraft. Do not do this at a Miller genuine draft. Just stay the frick away. After Paul George at the 8-10, we got Bilal Coulibaly at the 8-11. At the 8-12, Christian Brown. At the 9-1, Aaron Gordon. At the 9-2, Aaron Nimhard. Let's go, man. These dudes are professionals, yo. That's good. Some might say that's early. I don't think so. I think if you're going to get them while the getting is good, right? Shish kebabs. Man, that's good. All right. I'm hyped. The glaze is otherworldly for Andrew Nimhard. Hey, yo. After Nimhard, we got Pritchard at the 9-3. Nas Reed at the 9-4. Colin Sexton, and let me lock in because my pick is coming up. So let me go ahead and get a few people queued up. Let's go. Oh, all of my guys are gone. So let me reach. I'm going to reach a little bit here. I'm just going to go. I'm going to go all crazy. I'm just about to go all crazy. I'm all the way crazy. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So Dan Gafford, Ivy's going to have a good year. I'm really interested in Ivy, but I'm grabbing my man Matas. I'm sorry. I missed out on Matas in just about every draft, waiting to get him in the 10th. I am getting him in the 9th. I'm sorry. That is just, it's got to be done. It's just got to be done. I'm doing it, and it's done. Now, Pajimski, Paul, all of these guys I think will provide value. Even, what's your man's name? Keontae George. I think he'll provide value. These are guys I'm interested in, especially the younger guys like George and Pajimski. Not so much Chris Paul, because I feel like Chris Paul is like kind of done what he's going to do. Jaden Ivey, I have some interest in to see how he bounces back from that injury that he had last year. So there's a bunch of young guys in this like 10, 11 area. And I believe, I could be wrong, right? But I believe that we are overvaluing the rookies. The rookies are like high value, like VJ Edgecombe, draft them, right? I get that. But I think the second-year players, the third-year players, there's going to be some value there. So I'm going to grab Keontae George here, although there are other players that I would have been completely fine with. But, I don't think I've grabbed Keontae yet. Let's get back to the recap. After Naz Reid, we have Colin Sexton, Shaden Sharp, Nick Claxton, Jalen Suggs. Oh, man, that's a good pick at the 9-9. Jared McCain at the 9-10. Earlier than I've seen. Not many people. I was drafting him with my last pick in a couple of drafts, but interesting to see him off the board. I love him off the board. Matas Buzelis, oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I love that pick. That's my pick, so I'm a little biased. At the 9-12, Devin Vassell. At the 10-1, Bobby Portis. At the 10-2, Keontae George. And then Kyle Filipowski. I think Kyle Filipowski is going to have a year. What he did in Summer League, guys, these are professionals. He wasn't playing against no like scrubs. Like, were they a bunch of young players? Yes. Were they guys trying to make a roster? Absolutely. But think about it like this. Some of the best basketball players on the planet are in the NBA. And if you are in the position where you are trying to compete to showcase your talent, you have to be an elite player. But most importantly, you're playing at an elite level because you're hungry. Filipowski and Matas, those guys have their contracts. They feel good about their future in the NBA. But the fact that he could put on the level that he did on that stage, it's a signal for something to come. So I love grabbing Kyle Filipowski. I haven't seen him go in the 10th yet. So this is really interesting. And it's a positive signal. Circle his name on your draft boards. After Filipowski, we have Kuminga. I'm staying away from him. Collier, I love that pick. Westbrook, VJ Edgecombe. Now the rookies will fly. Asar Thompson, Green, Ivy. Bub Carrington, Castle. Again, second-year players. What you want to look at. Man, listen, don't get so hyped off the rookies that you forget about the second-year players. Now, I haven't grabbed the rookie yet, so I'm going to go ahead and try to queue a couple up while we in this area here. There's a couple of them that I really like. So I'm going to publicly go ahead and queue some of them up. And just see if they're still around while see if they're still around when I'm looking for them. Yeah, I think I'm on good there. Let's get back to this recap. After Stephon Castle, we had Jabari Smith Jr., Walter Clayton Jr. And he is buried, y'all. He in the projections for ESPN, he is buried. He's like in the 500s or something. It's wild, Joe. So I love that people are aware, they're focused, they're queuing him up. Very nice work. That's my man. Believe in fantasy. I believe in fantasy. I love that name, and I love that. That's an awesome pick. After Walter Clayton Jr., we have Kevin Porter Jr. Then we have Tobias Harris, reliable. Then we have PJ Washington off the board, Brandon Pajimski off the board. And I'm going to go back to queuing up some players. So as I scroll down, I'm looking. I'm going to go ahead and just queue up some of these guys because I would be comfortable with drafting them in these later rounds, the Chris Pauls, the Drew Holidays. And then as I see some of these young guys, I'll go ahead and throw them up on the queue. Donovan Clingan, definitely interested in drafting him. Grady Dick, Zachary Ricochet. And I'm thinking of trying to come up with a cool nickname for Grady Dick, but I just haven't been able to do it quite yet. I haven't been able to put my foot on it. No, that's not good. Put my finger on it. No, I don't want to put anything on it, actually. Let me just stay away from that entire train of thought. Okay, cool. So I think I've queued up more than enough people here, but I'm going to go ahead and openly be transparent about who those guys are just to make sure I provide you that value. I know that my sniping draft partners here are looking at all these players, but let's just go ahead and take a look. So I queued up Huff, Knepple, Kalkbrenner, Holiday, Paul, Clingan, Dick, Ricochet, Dylan Harper, Maluach, Ware, and Johnson. I'm going to go ahead and grab Knipple here. And I think I'm going to get another young guy here. If he's available, I'll probably grab Dylan Harper. Like, I don't mind. I know some folks have concerns about what kind of opportunity he'll be able to get with such a busy backcourt. So I'm looking at maybe Harper here, maybe Huff. Huff I really like. I think Huff is the sleepingest sleeper. When I talk about it, man, like I think I did a sleeper episode and I didn't include him. The sleepingest sleeper. Like, he right now, his projection, he's ranked like you don't know, right? I'm gonna draft Huff here. I'm gonna just do it. Why not? I'm talking about it. Sorry, Dylan Harper, you ain't gonna play anyway. Huff is gonna get minutes, and when he got minutes last season, man, he's for real. And with the departure of Miles Turner, there's gonna be nothing but runway for that guy. So Huff is the sleeper of sleepers. Watch out now. All right, let's get back to this recap. After Kevin Porter Jr., we had Tobias Harris, PJ Washington, Brandon Pajimski, Scottie Pippen Jr. At the 11-8, we have Dan Gafford, Scoot Henderson. I have concerns about Scoot. I don't know. Yeah. Derek Lively at the 11-10. Con Knipple at the 11-11. Tariq Eason at the 11-12. At the top of the 12th, Donovan Clingan. Love that pick. At the 12-2, I went out there with that sleeper, Jay Huff. And then we got Khalil Ware off the 12-3. Derek Queen off the board at 12-4. Keegan Murray, not interested in Keegan this season. At Quentin Grimes, I am. In those late rounds, what? Somebody's going to have to put up some numbers in Philadelphia. And most likely will not be Paul George, and it most likely will not be Joel Embiid. At the 12-7, love this pick. Can we get an air horn right here? Woo! Big shout out to my man David. He grabs Trey Johnson. Guys, circle this name. This young man, oh baby, he's another one. Watch out. Love Trey Johnson. I had him queued up, but he gone now. I think all of my, Jesus Christ. Lord forgive me. I don't want to use the Lord's name in vain. At the 12-8, we have Jonas Valanciunas. At the 12-9, we have Andrew Wiggins. At the 12-10, we have Igor Demon. That's another one I'm paying attention to, and I'm watching carefully. Did my man Kalkbrenner go off the board? What the heck? Let me see. Hold up. Let me find out. They just took my whole team. Jeez Louise. What the heck? Let me just check, because I'm getting sick. They keep drafting him. Nobody was checking for your man. And then what's happening now? They want me to take a power forward. Come on, ma. I ain't taking no power forward. Hey, listen, draft who you want to draft, man. Don't worry about all of that. So right here, I have some interest in Tumani. If I can get Tumani with my last pick. Santi Aldama, I'm open to that as well for my last pick. All right, what do we got here? Ubaselli. Oh my gosh. Gershon Ubaselli. I love him, man. Oh, we went through that whole draft. We only had one auto pick, man, and it came in the final round. Come on, man. It don't get much better than that. You guys did good. Not as good as the last group, because the last group didn't have nay one auto draft. But that's still pretty good nonetheless. Still pretty good nonetheless. So the players that I'm queuing up are going off the board. Like, what the heck? Tumani? Somebody stole Tumani from me too? Let me cue up Santi Aldama. Oh, that's my poor man Paul Gasol. I'll take that poor man Paul Gasol, man. Come on, man. We gotta do what we gotta do.
Okay.
Dylan Harper. Man, hold up. I know Dylan Harper didn't just go. He been went. He been went off the board. My bad. I was about to say. Shoot. Okay. Come on, leave Yubiseli alone. Gershon, s'il vous plaît. Ça va ou quoi, monsieur? C'est nécessaire, en fait. Avec moi, s'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît. All right. Now it is customary for us to do an honest review using my world-renowned 1 to 5 GOAT rating. So I'm going to go through this, rank the players one by one with a yes, a no, or a maybe, and then at the end, I'm going to give my team a score. Let's see what we got. All right. Trae Young, yes. James Harden, yes. Bam Adebayo, yes. Tyler Hero, yes. Brandon Miller, yes. Jalen Duren, yes. Isaiah Hartenstein, yes. Bradley Beal, maybe. Matas Buzelis, might have been a little early for him. I'm going to go maybe. Keontae George, maybe. Con Knipple, because he's a rookie, I don't know. He is a champion, though. Summer League champion, maybe. Jay Huff with the second to last pick, yes. Gershon Yubisele, maybe. Overall, I think it is a very solid squad. Very happy with my backcourt action. Maybe the double Heat players, not the sexiest, but I think they will perform. Just some question marks around the younger players. So overall, I think this is a super solid draft. I'm going to give myself a 4 out of 5 GOAT rating. And now that you know who to pick from the 11th, and now that you know who to pick 11th selection, check out our playlist with all of our mock drafts. Cut. All right. If you're still tuning in, you just finished the actual recording of this week's show. So I'm going to cut that up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You guys can probably feel the energy when we are going full on, like record the show versus connecting with you. So I got some wings. I was thinking about busting them out. How about this? If I can edit this video, get it loaded on YouTube, get it loaded on our audio platform, I think I'm going to come back and do another mock draft tonight. I think it's going to be cutting it close. I got to do this in 18 minutes. So I'm going to answer these questions and I'm going to jump off. We got Little Late, Can't Wait to Watch. We got I Like This Team. We got Alex Sarr. Who grabbed Alex Sarr? We got Grady D. Grady D. Yo, Ray said Grady D. Yo, you know, back in the day, the Sunny D. Be like, not Sunny D. We got Grady D. Oh no, that's not good, man. Scoot will have a good season in my opinion. Sleeper late pick. Yeah, Herberto, I wish. I really do. I just can't see it. I need to see something from Scoot. Last year I thought it would be it. Jalen Green, 6th round killer pick. How late can we get Buzelis off the board? I grabbed him early. I think I grabbed him, what was that, 13, 12, 11? 10. I grabbed him in the 9th, Antec. And I think that's the earliest I've seen him go. Ingram that far down was definitely value. Bane at the 5-1, love it. Saved my season. Probably talking about Vucevic. Same with Denny. Yeah, me too. I dropped him. Almost cut down last season at one point. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think normally in the live streams, I'm pretty good about pulling these up live. I was just so trying to get this episode to see if we can sneak into. I don't know if I'll be able to sneak into, but anyway you look at it, super grateful that you guys pulled up. My man said, Dark Knight says, yeah, I'd love to play fantasy basketball everywhere. Everyone here in Philly is more about football. My guy, just pull up to the Discord. All you do is visit believeinfantasy.com. It'll take you to a page where you enter your email. Once you do that, you get an automated email from us with a link to our Discord community. If you don't do Discord, once you sign up at Believe in Fantasy, you'll actually get access to our free newsletter where we drop 2 or 3 articles a week providing fantasy value. It's a really dope community that we have here. And again, we're giving away a $100 gift card, NBA rookie cards, all of that good stuff. All you have to do is fill out the short survey that we have once you sign up for Believe in Fantasy. Okay, I'm going to go edit this video and hopefully jump back on with y'all. No promises, but I'm going to do my best, knock on wood, to do one more mock draft tonight. Don't forget, play the waivers, set your lineups, and believe in fantasy. Peace.